Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back. Before we dive into today's video, we're going to kick things off with something new and really important. This week, our spotlight is on Alter Ego Comics in Marion, Iowa. We're thanking them, and really all comic book stores, because they give us a place to dive into new universes and step away from our daily problems for a bit. It's thanks to these shops and the books they share that we have the fantastic movies and shows we all love. They are the absolute heart of our community, and it's so important to support them. All right, what is up, everybody? So look, we need to talk, because it feels like every single time we turn around, Hollywood is just completely out of ideas. And their solution is to dig up our childhoods, throw them in a blender, and serve us up some slop they think we're gonna like. And this week has been a masterclass in it. We have 4 big topics to get through, and trust me, you're gonna have an opinion on every single one. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and start with the one that's got everybody raging. Masters of the Universe. You know, the movie that's been in development hell for, 20 years? Well, it's finally happening. And the casting. We already knew we were in for a weird ride with Nicholas Galitzing as He-Man and Jared Leto as Skeletor, which is a choice. But now they've announced who is voicing the heroic warrior Roboto. It's Kristen Wiig. Yeah. Kristen Wiig, the comedian, is voicing Roboto.
I do not understand what it is you want from me.
The mechanical warrior who for 40 years has been a male character. Now look, is Wiig a talented voice actor? Sure, but you have to ask yourself, why? Why make this change? There is absolutely no story reason for it. Roboto's identity isn't tied to being male, but it's part of the character we've known for decades. This is just changing things for the sake of changing them. It feels like another case of a studio checking a box and putting a big recognizable name on a character to seem clever, without any thought for the source material or the fans. Does this movie want to be a serious fantasy epic or a tongue-in-cheek comedy? This casting makes it feel like the producers have absolutely no idea. Is this a sign that the whole production is a mess, or am I just overreacting? Get in the comments and let me know, because this one just feels wrong. All right, speaking of digging up beloved properties from the past, let's move on to the next one. Scary Movie. The Wayans brothers are back. Anna Faris and Regina Hall are back as Cindy and Brenda. On paper, this is a home run. A reunion we've all been waiting for. But we have to be honest with ourselves for a minute. Can you actually make a real scary movie in 2025? Seriously, think about the first movie. The humor was raw, it was offensive, it was completely unapologetic. And it was hilarious. There is not a chance in hell they could get away with half of those jokes today. So what's the plan? The Wayans have 2 paths, and both of them lead to disaster. Path 1, they play it safe. They make a sanitized, toothless PG-13 version of Scary Movie that's terrified of offending anyone. It'll be full of weak, dated TikTok references and lame jokes that a committee approved. It will be completely boring and we'll all hate it. Path 2, they go for it. They make the R-rated, offensive, non-PC comedy that the franchise is known for, and they get absolutely crucified. The media will call them every name in the book, they'll be canceled, the movie will be torn apart for being problematic. There's no winning here. Is this reboot just doomed from the start? Are we being set up for a massive disappointment that'll tarnish the memory of the original? I want to be wrong, but I just don't see how they pull this off. Okay, moving on. From a comedy reboot that might not be funny, let's talk about a horror franchise that might be getting way too serious for its own good. We've been hearing rumors about a Friday the 13th prequel series, and now we've got confirmation. It's called Crystal Lake. It's coming to Peacock. and it's being developed by A24. Yeah, A24. The studio that gave us slow burn, psychological, elevated horror like Hereditary and The Witch. And they're tackling Jason Voorhees. The showrunner recently posted some pictures from the set, and what did they reveal? A sign for the town, and a picture of the lake. Groundbreaking stuff. But the real issue here is the entire concept. Do we really need a Jason Voorhees origin story? The whole point of Jason is that he's a mystery. He's a silent, unstoppable force of nature. Explaining his childhood, psychoanalyzing him, it just ruins the mystique. It takes away the terror. Are they going to turn our favorite slasher icon into some misunderstood, sympathetic kid? No, thank you. Mix that with the A24 style, and I'm worried we're going to get a slow, artsy drama where a young Jason stares at a wall for 10 minutes while his mom yells at him. It's a recipe for a boring disaster that completely misses the point of what made Friday the 13th fun. But that's just my 2 cents, and I genuinely love to hear all of your thoughts on this one. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for this, or should they just leave the legend alone? All right. And for our final topic, let's talk about a brand new horror movie that's already got people fighting. It's called Weapons, from the director of Barbarian. The premise is insane. A bunch of kids in a small town all vanish one night, controlled by a witch who is using them to stay alive. The climax is wild, the gore is nuts, and then the ending just stops. Seriously. The witch is defeated, but the kids she controlled are not okay. They just stand there. Silent, empty shells. The movie ends with the narrator saying, maybe some of them will start to talk again someday. That's it. That's the ending. And people are trying to defend this. They're saying, oh, it's a deep commentary on trauma, or it's an allegory for school shootings. Give me a break. It feels like the writers wrote themselves into a corner and had no idea how to come up with a satisfying conclusion. It's lazy. It's pretentious. It's a slap in the face to the audience who invested their time in your story. Of course, there's no right or wrong answer here, just opinions, and I really want to hear yours. Drop a comment and let the community know. Was this ending a misunderstood stroke of genius or a total slap in the face? So there you have it. A gender-swapped robot, a comedy that's not allowed to tell jokes, an artsy Jason, and a horror movie that forgets to have an ending. It's chaos out there. It really feels like the people in charge are completely disconnected from what actual fans want to see. But that's just my take. The big question is, what's yours? Which one of these topics gets you the most fired up? Let's get a good, healthy debate going in the comments below. I'll be down there reading and replying to as many as I can. Until then, see you next time.